going on, you outdoor mavericks? Welcome back to the channel. In today's trout fishing tips video, we're going to go through the best power bait colors for summer trout fishing. So if you want to catch more trout in the summertime using power bait, stick with me and stay tuned because we're going to go through the best 7 colors. Now when it comes to chasing trout in the summertime, you have to swap tactics from what worked in the spring to what's going to work in the summer. In the summertime, when you have really hot conditions, you got the water that's clearing up and you have water that's dropping, trout are going to move into deeper pockets of water than say in the springtime when they're going to be a little bit closer to the bank. And when it comes to power bait, you need to change your tactics about your leader length, the colors that you're going to use, and the conditions that you're going to fish power bait in to get after the trout. Now power bait is a bait that works for trout year round. And in the summertime, there's specific colors and then specific conditions and tactics that you can use to help yourself be more successful catching trout. And when it comes to summer trout fishing with power bait, I think that there's 7 colorways that will help you catch more trout above all the rest. And starting with the number 7 colorway is going to be any rainbow and multicolored power bait. The reason I love rainbow at number 7 is in the water, when you've got different colors mixed together, you're going to give the fish something to look at different angles. So maybe if they don't like the green, but they see other colors in the bait and they like the scent, they're gonna go after it. And rainbow is a great color, especially if you've got some rain and you've got a little bit of off-water conditions where it's been maybe really clear conditions for a long time. Rainbow is a great color to go to. And with most rainbow power bait colors, you're gonna get some colors that are a little bit natural and a little bit bright. So getting that mix, depending on the time of the day you're fishing, can be really good to get the attention of the trout to get that bite. Personally, I like rainbow all day long, but especially in the evening time. But I think there's something about fishing the rainbow power bait in the evening time when the sun is setting and you've got different shadows and the cooling water temperatures that for whatever reason the trout really like to have that multicolored bait in the water. And if they're swimming around looking for food or bait, it's going to give them a really great option to go after. Now coming into the number 6 color is the purple nymph. Now I've been trout fishing since I was a kid, and for over 30 years now I've been using the nymph colorway of power bait. And it's a bait that is a go-to in the summertime to get really good trout bites. Now I've had some days where the nymph is the only color that I can get bites on the pond or lake that I'm fishing, and I've had some really epic days with this colorway. And when you're going to the body of water or you're fishing and you're seeing a lot of trout hit the top of the water or feeding on bugs, I instantly go to this nymph colorway. It's something that I will use either plunking off the bottom with a long leader to get it higher up in the water to get it more in the fish's strike zone, or something that I'll fish underneath the bobber just a few inches off the top of the water. And this colorway is effective on all kinds of different bodies of water, and especially in low clear conditions and when the trout are biting bugs off the top, go with the nymph. And it is definitely a colorway that you need to fish in the summertime when you're going after trout. Now coming in at the number 5 colorways of power bait is tan, natural, and anything with white colored power bait in it. Now when it comes to white colored power bait and natural tan colored power baits, they are more natural colors which the fish love in the summertime in low clear water conditions. But especially on hot summer days when the trout can be really finicky in that noon time frame when they're less likely to bite, the natural tan and white colors seem to get more bites in the midday than any other colorway. And on days when you got wind on top of low clear water conditions, tan and white are great colorways to go to. And especially if you're hitting that noon timer, that 1 o'clock lull, and you need to grab some lunch, throw this colorway out there and you would be surprised that you may not be able to eat your lunch because you are hooking and reeling in a trout after trout every single time. Now coming in at the number 4 colorway is going to be chartreuse. Now for the most part in the summer you want to fish more natural colored baits when it comes to power bait for trout fishing. However, you want to add chartreuse into your arsenal because A, it is an overall great color no matter what the conditions, no matter what time of the year. But in particular situations, I like chartreuse a lot. For example, when you're fishing on lakes in deep water where the trout have gone maybe from 5 to 10 feet where they may be hanging out in the springtime to 20, even up to 50 feet of water, if you're fishing a lot deeper water and that's where the trout are hanging out, chartreuse is a great color because it's bright and shows up in the water in that 20 to 40, even 50 foot range. And one of the things that trout do in the summertime with hotter water conditions is they'll move into that deeper water. Well, chartreuse is a great color that's going to be able to show up whether it's sunny or overcast, that the trout are going to be be seeing in that deep pocket of water. And in that 20 to 30 feet of water, chartreuse is a colorway that's going to show up that the fish are going to be able to see really easily from a far distance, whether it's sunny or if it's cloudy out. And when you get the chartreuse into the strike zone, into those deeper waters, get ready because those epic hookups are going to be big. Now coming in at the number 3 colorway is going to be orange. And I like orange for a couple reasons. One, similar to chartreuse, this is a great color in deeper water when you're plunking deep water to try to find trout. Secondly, orange is probably my favorite color on windy days in the summertime, whether on small ponds, big lakes, little lakes, all different kinds of bodies of water. When you're fishing with orange, orange just seems to do really well on those windy conditions. The fish on those windy days are able to pick up the bait easily in the water depending on the depth, and they're able to spot, target, and lock in and get yourself a hook set with the orange. And in low light conditions in the morning and the late evening time, go with orange. It's a great bait before the sun gets up, but also if you got shadows and dark spots on the water, orange is going to be a bright bait that the fish easily spot and they're going to go after. So my number 2 colorway is going to be brown, and that comes in the form of brown hatchery pellet color as well as brown black with the aniseed flavoring Powerbait. Now the reason why brown makes number 2 on the list is because it's a super natural looking color Powerbait. So on those sunny days and those low and clear water conditions, or a combination of those, brown is a natural color that's going to show up that you're going to be able to fish all day long. As anglers, we're so used to using bright colors to go after trout that sometimes we forget about using the more supernatural colors like brown for Powerbait when we're thinking about summer trout fishing. My only ding about the brown is I can never find it in stock at any of the local stores by the time summer rolls around. So if you're gearing up and getting ready for summer trout fishing and they've got it in stock in the spring, the fall, or any time of the year, stock up on brown because this colorway runs out really fast because it's really good at catching trout. And my number 1 summer trout fishing Powerbait color is going to be green pumpkin. Now I've been trout fishing for a long time, and I will say that in the summertime, fishing the natural color of green pumpkin has been a go-to. It has saved my behind so many times when I'm out on the lake or the pond plunking by going with that natural bait, especially on sunny days, that it has saved me. Where maybe I started out the first 3 hours with no bites, switched to the green pumpkin, and it was able to limit out within an hour. And again, like the brown, it's not the sexiest of colors, but it is natural and the trout go bonkers for it on sunny days and on water conditions that are clear and in low clear water conditions. They just love natural bait. So having brown, but also the green pumpkin is a must. And just like in bass fishing, you want to go with those more natural colors, the cleaner the water. The same thing applies with trout fishing with Powerbait. And in that summertime, you're going to have clear water conditions for the most part. So you want to fish green pumpkin. It's just a bait that the fish absolutely go bonkers for. And I would fish this mostly when the sun is starting to hit the water and the water's starting to warm up, because that's usually when the fish get uber finicky. When that water starts to warm up, they start to shut down a little bit. But if you can beat them to that and have those natural colors, it's going to save your bacon more than one time when you're out fishing. So if you're getting ready for summer trout fishing, or you're in the middle of summer and you need to find a bait that's going to help you separate yourself from the other anglers out there, make sure you go grab some green pumpkin and get it out there, get your line wet, and get ready for some epic summer trout hookups. Alright guys, and that's my top 7 trout fishing Powerbait colors for summer trout fishing. Now I hope you guys learned some additional information and some tips from today's video to help you guys catch more trout in the summertime. I've also got additional videos on summer trout fishing tips, as well as how to fish Powerbait colors in the summer, the winter, and in the springtime. You can find those videos in the description below. So thank you guys for watching today's trout fishing tips video. As always guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you love trout fishing tips, and other outdoor content, and don't forget, and as always you guys, the outdoors is a gift, share it with others.